Welcome to another mod showcase. This time we're taking a look at Better Vampire Lords. Made by the same creators as Better Vampires, of course, this mod is the perfect addition to everyone's Skyrim vampire roleplay. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I really enjoy vampire builds, so I was excited to try this one out. So let's jump in. So first off, this is its own mod with its own MCM menu. However, it does require you to have Better Vampires 8.8 installed. The main concept of this mod is improving your Vampire Lord experience by adding 35 new and remastered Vampire Lord perks. So I won't cover every single one, as some of them are just minor things such as added health, magicka, and damage. However, I will be going over some of the powers I know will interest most players. The first new skill is Adorn Mantle. This skill is a cloak that covers the character with various effects based on the perk path you choose. And you can get all three and switch between them mid-battle without opening your menu. The first is LeMay's Blood Mantle. This is a blood-based cloak that absorbs health from enemies and, like the other cloaks, is triggered with the Adorn power using your power button. The second is the Volkihar Frost Mantle, which causes foes to attack slower based on your level and gives the user 15% magic resistance. The third is Azra's Shadow Mantle. This shadow cloak does poison damage to nearby enemies and gives a 15% resistance to weapon damage. You can switch between the mantles by tapping your power button to cycle through them, and you completely turn off the power by looking up and pressing the power button. Then paired with this ability is the Ensorcelled Attacks. This move buffs your melee attacks by adding blood, frost, or poison shadow damage to your melees based on the current cloak you're using from the Adorn power. And if near death, it'll decapitate your enemies. Our next ability is a simple one, but the one that got me excited to try out the mod. This is Ravage Locks. This perk allows the user to attack any door or chest that isn't master level to break them open. Anything that has a special key won't be affected, and the breaking of the lock does produce sound that will notify nearby enemies, so it may not be the best option for your sneakier builds. In Skyrim, it's always been a joke how Vampire Lords can't fly but have massive wings on their backs, even though they don't exactly have the necessary webbing. This is where Amplify Wings comes in. When in your magic state, jump and activate the power to fly across Tamriel. However, unlike most flying abilities, collision is on, so you won't be flying through any buildings or mountains. Luckily, it doesn't take stamina, so you can soar as long as you want. To disengage flight, simply crouch or press the jump button again. On the offensive side of abilities, we have Chaos Bolt. Many are gonna love this perk as it adds a new spell to your Vampire Lord that literally has a random effect. You might use the spell and cause a simple drain life damage, or you might use it and turn an enemy into another creature, or even end up on the unlucky side and give them a defensive alteration spell. It's truly unpredictable, but you can spam it again if you end up buffing your enemy's defenses and hit them again with a random attack. This next ability is actually super cool and known as Umbra Shadows. This spell is straightforward as it casts 3 Shadow Vampire Lords that will aid you in battle, and not only are they actually strong, they also look super cool. I mean, check it out. And speaking of looking cool, you'll definitely want to put a perk point into Sovereign's Armor. This ability absorbs magicka from Dragon Breath and spell attacks, but it doesn't stop there. It also changes the appearance of your Vampire Lord into a more regal creature, but might not if you're using any special Vampire Lord armor mods, so be aware of what's in your load order. Our last highlighted ability is one that really puts the icing on the cake, and that's Invoke Eclipse. Much like Auriel's bow with the blood cursed arrows, this power blocks out the sun but takes a huge amount of magicka. The ability lasts longer the more magicka you have to sacrifice. Unfortunately, it does hinder your regeneration for 15 seconds, and I couldn't get this or Auriel's bow to work in my save as far as the visual of the sun going out, but I believe that's an issue in my own mod load order. So my apologies there, that's just the world we live in when it comes to modding, but regardless, another useful tool in your vampire arsenal. I really hope you found this video useful and informative and enjoyed conquering all of Skyrim as a Lord of Darkness. Be sure to subscribe and check out a few other Skyrim videos on the channel here. Much love, and as always, be safe out there.